Thank you, Renton. You've made me feel very special. At least I'm alive. Anyway, that's a good thing about it. Congratulations, Peter and Dan and Hollis and Phil. You'll be enjoying the night. The Hall of Fame, great honor. I just can't say enough words about it. I still live only in Pontevedra, and I've never been to the Hall of Fame before. And now that I've been here, it's quite an impressive scene, including names of Seve Ballesteros. Now, I think tonight, in this very day, Seve died 1 year earlier. And I first met him at the age of 16. And it was in a Pro-Am. And I was a pro, I was the amateur, and he was the pro, only like a 1 year difference. And Seve shot 74, I did 71. And he said, "You good player." I said, "Thank you, Seve." He said, "I'll see you in about a couple of years' time." And I think a little story what sort of reflects to Seve. Some years ago, Tony Johnson was playing with Seve. It says what sort of character he is. And both have driven over the hill, and they both went to the ball. And Tony Johnson said, "Seve, I've got a sprinkler here, very close to my ball. Can I get a drop?" So Seve comes over, and his usual kind of, didn't speak that much good English. He's, "Can I get a drop?" And he had folded his arms, and he said, "No." He said, "If I move my foot back a little bit further, can I get a drop now?" He said, "No, Tony." Well, Tony, being like a little Jack Russell, looked up at Seve and said, "That's okay. This is your ball here anyway." I'd like to turn the clock back a little bit, sort of 50 years ago or more. Hawkston Park was really my sort of birthplace of golf, and my parents moved down from Scotland from a very cozy place with their own golf course and big family. My dad was a family of 9, and he had a friend of his said it was a great opportunity to play golf or be a professional at Hawkston Park. So he went down for an interview, and he got the job as a club professional. And in those days, you actually almost wore 2 hats. He was also a greenkeeper as well. And it wasn't the most sought-after place. There was, a nice hotel there. The clubhouse where I was living eventually wasn't the nicest of places in the world. I know my mum was writing a letter back home to Scotland, and in the space of the 2 hours of writing that letter, she'd already caught 13 mice on the trap. There was also coal was stored in the bath, so you get an idea. It wasn't the best of places, but my dad saw the future, and I was born sort of 3 years later at Hawkston Park. And then at the age of 16, I left school, and probably the best time of my life actually leaving school. We managed to make some wine in the science lab, and I drank those 2 bottles of wine all the way back home for 4 miles in the school bus. So I was feeling very merry and remember every bit of it, and I was quite happy to leave school because my future was going to be in golf. And at the age of 16, my father said to me, "What do you want to do? Do you want to carry on play golf, or do you want to do something else?" And I said, "I'm going to play golf." And he said, "Well, if you're going to play golf, you're going to better stay away from the 3 Bs. So I looked at him and said, "What is the 3 Bs? It was the birds, the booze, and the boredom." So, okay, I carried on playing amateur golf till I turned pro at 19. I went off to the tour school. The words of wisdom from my father was tempo before temper, do the waltz not the quick step. All these lovely technical ideas of playing golf went on in my mind, and I went on to play down in Fox Hills in London, the tour school, and I managed to win the tour school and virtually double my bank balance of a grand total of £300. So I was ready to fire away at the regular tour in Europe. My goal my first year really was to be in the top 60, which I managed to do, finishing about 49th. And then the following year, things were going pretty good. I won the money list in 1979. And then not long after, the Open Championship, the TPC, and the Masters. Now in the press conference later that evening at the TPC, I got asked from a certain press guy. He said, now you've won the Open Championship and you've won also now the TPC, what do you feel the difference is? So I very quickly replied, it was 125 years. And another little occasion when I was in Los Angeles, and when Tiger Woods played, and the Riviera Club, and I got asked by a very impatient sort of film crew, and I've just finished second in the tournament, and then I was asked with this microphone in my mouth, with the cameras rolling, what do you think of Tiger Woods? So I very quickly replied, thinking, I don't think I've played that golf course before. But he's not done too badly since, I know that. And just a little bit of my caddies, Dave Musgrove, who was with me through all the thick and thin, from the Open Championship to the Masters. He's not here tonight, but I know he'll be watching probably back in Mansfield. And thank you very much for his duty to call. The coach, my dad obviously, who's not with me anymore now in '96, Jimmy Ballard, Ken Martin, and Todd Jones, and Noel, who you probably don't know over here, he's come all the way from Australia tonight, and he was working some of my head programs, so did I need him a few times, I can tell you. So thank you, Noel, for all your great work. The sponsors and manufacturers over the years have supported me, if it's Ping or it's Mizuno, and the tour themselves. I've played many tours, and they've all been great help to me, allowing me to use their clubs. Thank you very much. And managers Rocky, I know Rocky's still looking after me, and Robert, who is, I think I've just seen in the crowd just now, is now venturing off into another venue. Good luck to you, Robert. My family are all here today, and my mum and dad obviously will be watching from above the clouds. My two sisters, who are a lot older than me, they're back in England watching on the TV, I'm sure. And Stuart and James, Lonica and Quinton, work hard and your dreams will come true. And also, the person who has the biggest shoulders in the family is my wife, Yolanda. Thank you very much. And to finish with, the 9 core value, the first T we have, I think is a great skill that needs to be learned and taught to the young players. Respect and honesty and all these things. I think I've covered most of the points. Thank you very much, and I look forward to more drink later on in the evening.